Thank you everyone today for joining us. I would like to introduce Elder Whabagoon. She is a Ojibwe elder who sits with the Loon Clan. She is a member of the Laxal First Nation, a keeper of sacred pipes, and a 60 scoop survivor. She's also a speaker, land defender, and water protector. She recently accepted the inaugural position of First Peoples Leadership Advisor to the Dean with the faculty of the John H. Daniels of Architecture, Landscape, and Design at the University of Toronto. Whabagoon shares her teachings with Indigenous youth at Nikabi Dawadina Gigwag, a U of T access program she co-founded and co-leads. This initiative connects Indigenous youth with our sacred land through earth-based teachings and a green framework. In her spare time, Whabagoon enjoys writing, painting, and spending time with her husband of 23 years, Carl Shea, knowledge keeper of the Eastern Door, Elnu Nation, Lakes Clan. Please join me in welcoming Elder Whabagoon.
Bonjour, Michelle. Bonjour in the way Maganadog. Ani Whabagoon Indigenous and Zunjaba, Bishop Kang, Laxal First Nation, Mang Dorum. Hello and welcome all my relations. My name is Whabagoon, flower blooming in spring. I come from the Narrows, abundant with white pine, O Bishop Kang, Laxal First Nation, and I sit with the Loon Clan. Please, wherever you are on this land called Turtle Island, please touch the ground and say miigwech. We want to say miigwech every day. At this time, I'd like to lay some tobacco to the shell that's before me. Say miigwech to all our relations. Miigwech to our sacred one, our Mother Earth. And let us not forget those with whom we share this land with. Speak of the winged ones, the swimmers, the crawlers, the root nation, the plant nation, the tree nation, the sky nation, and the star nation, the two-legged and the four-legged, and our grandfather stones. I ask that you remember our grandfather's son, this time of smoke. Our four-legged moose who under the seventh moon of creation, the raspberry moon, are in their growing time of their antlers, which are currently covered in tissue called velvet. We say miigwech to Creator for all these teachings. So whenever we gather, whether it be online or with each other, we want to fill our spaces with ease and balance, good words and good direction, and come together as one. This afternoon, I have with me my sacred bundle with all my sacred medicines. Water has been chosen to open this event. This sacred water has medicine stones from the Bulkley and the Skeena rivers where they meet at the Great Kazan. I use water today because I want everyone to have access to this event, or to this medicine rather, sorry, excuse me. And water loves you. Water loves to hear your voice. It loves to feel the love and respect you and gratitude that you have for it. So please know in your heart that water loves you right back. The next time you drink water or use water to clean your hands, say miigwech. For water is sacred, water is life. I'm going to ask people that are able to stand and face the eastern direction with me. And we will clear a path for everybody to journey on today. You face the southern direction. You'll turn to the western direction. to the northern direction. And I come to you in this northern direction and I speak to my grandmothers and my grandfathers, those who came before me and those that are here. And we think of you at this time with the fires and all that smoke. And it's with this water. We clear this path for all to see. Say, miigwech, miigwech, miigwech. Niba, Hija, Iko, Ki miigwech away, ni migo, Hija away, ni migo. Please have a seat. Let us remember the tranquility of silence, the sounds of loons on the lake and the water lapping at the shores. Take a moment to smell our plant medicines, recall your ancestors' teachings, and live the lesson of harmony as one with all living things on Mother Earth. Just wanted to say, mention a few words today about the smoke in the air and our relatives who live in that thicker smoke. Let us remember them in our prayers today. We say miigwech. I say, please stay safe and stay well. Say miigwech as I honor those who came before me, and I say miigwech as I open this space. Apachiko chi miigwech bisandawie. Bamapi. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you. And I would like to invite Michelle Ng from the Daniels Art Directive to welcome all of you and acknowledge our land. And before we take some time to introduce the rest of the group. Michelle?
Miigwech, Elder Whabagoon. So welcome everyone. Just gonna share screen. So we wish to acknowledge the land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land with Indigenous community members. We encourage everyone to learn the Indigenous history of the land they currently call home. We are grateful to all those who come before us. Thank you. So I would like to invite Isha from the Daniels Art Directive to share our website and more about the project. Yes.
Miigwech, with Elder Whabagoon, the U of T Daniels faculty, we are excited to share, and the Daniels Art Directive, we are excited to share the call for proposals for First Nations, Métis, and Inuit artists living in the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area to create a temporary mural on the Daniels Building North Facade. We are answering the U of T Truth and Reconciliation Calls to Action number 2. I will put the link for the same in the chat. The Indigenous Advisory Panel will select the artists and guide the project team. We are grateful to the advisory panel for their guidance and service. James Bird, Melissa Dillery, Jamie Kearns, Robin Rice, and Brenda Wastasikut. Our website includes an overview of the project, as you can see on the screen shared. I will also share a link to our website in the chat. The website has details and links on how to submit the Google form or fillable PDF, the templates of the budget and building, which we will go over today. The FAQ section will be updated regularly as we engage with artists like yourselves. I will now hand it over to Michelle and Sydney, who will go over the calls to proposals application process in more detail.
Thank you, Isha. I would also like to note that the website has a brief site history. We hope to share the deeper history of the site as we get the information from validated sources. Thank you for your patience. So let's start going over the form. So the form also has a land acknowledgement, more about the mural, as it just said, site history. This initiative is guided by Elder Whabagoon, the Daniels faculty, and the Daniels Art Directive, and the Indigenous Advisory Panel, who select the artists and guide the team. This is a mural from last year.
On another section here for the application process, this part talks about eligibility, budget, materials, timeline, and how to apply. So below is eligibility requirements for the project. If you scroll down a bit, you can see self-identifies First Nations, Métis, or Inuit, or if known, identify Indigenous community, be the age of the majority 18 plus, live in the GTHA, and we ask that you complete only one form individually, or if you're in a group, propose a unique artwork. We'd like you to not use an addition or existing version of your past work. Below is the budget. So the artist commission includes an artist fee of $7,000, a materials budget of $5,000. We do have an Excel budget template for installation details, and we'd like you to fill that out and also include any potential partner contributions. We also are currently seeking more funding to expand the budget. We also have previous for our materials. We do ask, as the north facade windows include studios where students work and attend classes. So to maintain the function for the view of the outside, we recommend to use translucent materials or spacing or any other ideas to allow function of the space. We will work with members from the Daniels workshop and building services and add for the artist to test and purchase materials. We do have previous installations of the north facade to include that you can look up to see past works. For the timeline as well, just due to COVID-19 guidelines, this is subject to change, but the current timeline is from July 6th to July 31st, the call for proposals is open. And then today's artist info session, and then the deadline to submit proposals is July 31st. The artist will be selected by August 16th. You'll be notified if you are selected. And then the installation process is going to range from August 17th to Wednesday, September 29th. You'll go through refining the mural and installing that for that process. And then we will unveil the mural on Orange Shirt Day, September 30th. And then the deinstallation of the mural will occur during September 2022. We also envision that the mural will be exhibited elsewhere, either within the Daniels building or on the U of T campus, in collaboration with the artists.
Just a
Thank
quick
you, Sid.
correction, Sydney, it's summer 2022, not September.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
All right. We do hope the mural can stay up as long as possible, so maybe that's why. How to apply. So you can fill out this Google form. We also have fillable PDFs here for where you can see the questions in advance, or if you prefer like the PDF, you can fill that out. So continue going over to Google form. We will support accessibility accommodations, so feel free to reach out. Since the form does not save your progress, please save your answers in a file before submitting. So we'll go on to next page. So question of like who you are you an individual, artist collective, or non-for-profit? These checked boxes mean you can select more than one, whichever applies. The names of all your members involved, email and phone number of your primary contact. Do you self-identify as a First Nations, Métis, or Inuit artist? If known, identify your Indigenous community. We realize this might not be possible for everyone, but it would be helpful. But yeah, thank you. Lead artist bio, 250 words max. Collective/organization bio. Let me just fill this out so we can go to the next page.
For the third section of the application process, this is going to talk about your past works and specifically the proposals. So we would like to see up to 3 of your past works. In this form, you'll need to write a title, the medium, and description. Here we have kind of outlined below 5 files max per project. We'd like each of them to be under 10 megabytes. You can name the file as followed. There's an example. Also in this form, you'll be able to upload your proposal PDF, 5 pages max, and the budget template too. You can also email this to as well. If you scroll below, you can then see the following as outlined below. So your artist website, info for the past 3 works. This is like what we'd want you to add in below. So your past work title, the date, the medium, and then description if applicable, and then 5 images, up to 5 images.
Just filling this out so we can go to the next page when it's time. Cindy?
And then here we have to upload your budget template. So this is linked at in the first section. You can also access this on our website as well. That will take you to the Google Drive folder, and it's an Excel spreadsheet. And then for your proposal, we ask that you, sorry, I'll let Michelle upload it.
Okay.
You can upload it. Can you scroll down just a bit? Thank you. So we'd like you to write about the initial concept for the mural. This can be 100 to 300 words. As well, to answer the question, what are the intended outcomes of the project, around 100 to 200 words. And then this is optional, but if you'd like to write a kind of propose a theme for your project, you can describe it below, 250 words max. We do have some examples. There's a content warning of distressing topics, but those are just possible examples if you would like to outline them. As well, this is optional too, but if your project includes mentorship or training opportunities, please describe and include the expected number of mentees, their ages and roles involved. While you and all members of your team must be 18 plus, the mentees can include youth from 15 to 18 plus, are the responsibility of the artist.
Thank you. And sorry, I keep forgetting to fill these out. Okay. So that brings us to the very last page, where we explain more about the logo, which was wonderfully designed by Mariah Miawasich at Makus on Instagram. We share a conceptual vision statement below, and then contact. So if you have any questions or you wish to support this initiative, please contact Daniels Art Directive at gmail.com. For media, you can contact Hannah Brokenshire, the Seniors Communication Media Relations Officer at the Daniels faculty, and then some of the social media, and then the website that we shared before here. And then once you submit, I suppose maybe we can do a bit of a drum roll here, or not, it's ready. Okay, you'll get this message which says, thank you, the advisory panel will select artists and we choose the shortlist before the final selection. By Monday, August 16th, the project team will contact you by email or phone number on the status of your application. So even if it doesn't work out this time, you you will get a message. We do appreciate everyone's submissions, so thank you. And then just quickly showing the templates. Yes, everyone will be contacted. So we have templates of the building, which are available in 4 different formats. So there's Rhino, an Illustrator, which come with different layers. We'll have a video of this on our social media shortly. But roughly each window is approximately 105 centimeters wide. The ones with X's, I believe, are openable. So just keep that in mind as you're designing. And then some instructions like on, you can turn that layer off with text when you save. There's PDF version. And then there's also PNG, which is transparent if you prefer to work that way. Yeah. And then the budget template. Just gonna make this slightly smaller. So you can download or make a copy of this, but basically we ask for the amount, percent budget, and then comments are optional. But for example, if you wanted Arduino kits, you can explain what it's for, like if you want the mural to light up at a certain time, or if it's like if someone like gets within 5 meters and maybe it lights up, or just like, yeah, explaining. As we said before, translucent materials will help maintain the view, where the students work and attend classes. And yes. So that then brings us. So we'd like to open the Q&A. Today we have some members of Daniels faculty, the Daniels Art Directive, and we have Lily, who's the studio technologist, who's also worked with us on the last mural, who can answer any technical questions. Feel free to type or raise your hand to speak out loud if you like. Thank you. We also have an FAQ section on our website, as shown before, which we'll update with common questions throughout the process. Thank you, everyone.
I would also say, like, we're really hoping to get as many proposals as possible. So share widely. Certainly, we'll just share within your communities, and then hopefully the reach is really broad.
Thank you, Nini. And this recording will be shared on the Daniels YouTube channel with captions if you'd like to review it again. But yes, feel free to send any questions now. If not, we can go over the current FAQ.
Let's do that, Michelle. Let's start to
Okay.
do the KERN.
So can I apply if I am based outside the GTHA? This project will only consider proposals from applicants based in the GTA because the lead artist, if not all the members, must be able to visit the site regularly during installation, which is located at 1 Spadina Crescent, downtown. Cindy, do you want to say the next one?
Next question is, can I submit my proposal without using the submission system? You may email the provided PDF or submit through the online forum. If you have any difficulties with either, please email danielsartdirective@gmail.com and we will assist you shortly.
Thank you, Sydney. And just to quickly show the PDF again. So once you download this, you'll be able to actually type within this form. But if it is easier, you can print it out and just write on it. Just give me a second. Yeah. So as you can see, you can just kind of type in there and then, well, save it afterwards. And then, yeah, email that to Daniels Art Directive. So next question, Isha?
Yeah. Can I submit more than one proposal? We are only accepting one proposal per applicant. You can submit as an individual artist or as part of a group, collective, or organization.
Thank you. How will the installation process be determined? So members of the Daniels Workshop and Building Services like Lily, and also Navigate, the workshop manager who isn't here, who couldn't make it here today, and in Daniels Art Directive, will coordinate with the artists on the logistics of their idea.
On that note, I think,
Yes.
I think one of the things that we wanted to highlight is that, we have students in, so 2 of the floors are right into the undergraduate and graduate studios. And so, playing with transparency will be an important aspect of that. And, I think some of the things that we'll be doing while the call is open is to sort of test different materials ourselves on the but obviously we have some restrictions. So the other thing is noting that those X's indicate that there are screens, operable windows and screens. It's particularly important during COVID that this is like maintains operations to allow us to have people in the building. So it will be a fundamental aspect of having students back into the building is to maintain that operable window. But also it should be something that the students can enjoy on the inside as well as how it's viewed on the outside. So it's going to take a lot of creativity on behalf of the artist to sort of mitigate those kind of restraints, but I think it provides really cool opportunities as well. So we should see it as a really interesting opportunity to have almost like 2 experiences of the mural, both inside and outside the building. Just wanted to add to that.
Thank you, Nini. That was very helpful. And I'm just marking it down on the visual template, though of course this won't be on the actual template when you download it. But yes. So 2 floors are the studios, and that's the digital fabrication lab.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, Michelle, so while we don't want to kind of provide too many restraints that'll confine your ideas, like whichever ideas emerge, our team is going to support you and coordinate as much as possible to figure out how to adapt the design to allow it to be feasible while still maintaining like the original intent and integrity as much as possible. But one thing to consider is the mounting method can't leave permanent damage to the building upon removal. But again, we can kind of help figure that portion out.
Yeah, and I think, we experienced this in the previous murals as well, of already testing some tapes and things that are actually work with the actual facade. So there will be a lot of guidance in this regard, and I think Lily's been extremely supportive of the work in the past, and so she will continue to help us on as part of the team.
Thank you so much, Nini and Lily. I'm just gonna clear this. Okay. So next question, when do I need to complete my submission? So the deadline is next Saturday, July 31st, 11:59 p.m. EDT. So we hope that you can submit in time, but feel free to reach out. Yes. How will my proposal be evaluated? So all eligible proposals will be reviewed by the advisory panel, which is made up of James Bird, Jamie Kearns, Melissa Leary, Robin Rice, and Brenda Wastasikut. They may choose to shortlist before selecting the artist by Monday, August 16th. Everyone will be contacted though on the status of their application, which feeds into the next question. Yes, you will know by Monday, August 16th. How long will the mural be installed? The mural will be unveiled to the public on Thursday, September 30th, 2021, Orange Shirt Day, and be de-installed in summer 2022. We envision that the mural will also be exhibited elsewhere within the Daniels building or U of T campus in collaboration with the artists. What's the timeline for the project? So if selected, the artist will join in mid-August to refine and install the mural by Orange Shirt Day, September 30th. Yes.
And then other details about installation, it is, we are in a COVID return to the building kind of situation. So we'll be working actively with the artist to figure out when the person can come in, making sure that there's social distancing so that everyone is safe and masking and those kinds of details. So you know, the goal here is to maintain safety while completing the work. And we really hope to have it unveiled in time for Orange Shirt Day as a great marker of this mural project as well. And then I think it would be nice to talk a little bit, Michelle, about the additional funding that we've sought out, and you know, maybe we can talk about how that might impact the artist. So basically, we have applied for additional funding, and if granted, the entire project budget will increase. So, and that includes for the artist fees and the materials budget. So we're actively seeking additional funding, and we will inform any successful candidate of the new revised budget as it becomes available.
Yes, thank you, Nini. Yes. I think that's generally it for the FAQ, but of course, feel free to submit any questions.
So you can either identify yourself, or you can identify yourself as having a question and you can ask it on camera, or if you feel more comfortable, you can use the chat function. So just at the bottom of the screen, you'll see chat and you can type in your questions there. So we invite anyone who has any questions, to actually put in the information there. Is anyone intending to apply? Do we have any people who are thinking to apply today or here to? Yes, yay. Welcome. Okay, we're really grateful. Is this helpful to you? Do you have any particular questions? Is there anything that we haven't covered that you'd like to hear more about?
For me, it was really straightforward. Thank you for taking me through the process.
Okay, great. Yay. Anyone else? You know, I think the goal here.
I wanted to ask something that if July 31st comes and we have, say, just the people that are here, are you going to extend the deadline, or is it going to be down to perhaps maybe the artists that are here? I'm sorry for the background.
I think, you know, we'll kind of have to review what we receive at the time. And then we'll, if the schedule needs to shift, it will. But ideally, we would maintain the schedule mainly for our advisory panel, so we don't take, because we're kind of scheduled into them, and we want to be mindful and respectful of their time. So we'll try and stay with the schedule, and that's where we'll continue to reach out to folks. I think today not everyone could attend, and so this is the intention to record and share, because certainly there'll be more people that apply than that are actually here today. But yes, feel free to continue sharing it. We will do the same.
Thank you, Elder Whabagoon and Nini, for the thoughtful questions and feedback answers. I've also dropped the Facebook events in the links, where we might also post more information if you want. But of course, our website will be updated. Old FAQ and site history will be updated. I'm also just going to add the posters in case you do want to share. But we appreciate having everyone here. Thank you so much.
I think too, part of the funding that we've requested is also to expand the project to include some programming during Treaties Week. And so the artists would be invited with separate funding for that to host a talk. And we're hoping to actually get a video made of some of the amazing Indigenous art pieces on campus, which would include this mural project. So we think that if we are successful in that funding, that's another really great addition to the project, and we'll bring even more outreach opportunity for the project. So we want the project to have as much impact as possible, and certainly the window itself is a very prominent, if you've not been to the building, as you go south on Spadina, the streetcar literally wraps around our building. And as you're on the streetcar, it has different views from different people. So the people on the streetcar see it in one way, the people walking see it in another way, the people, who come to our building and sit on the lawn see it in a different way. So it has a really beautiful kind of integration into the general landscape of the city, and like one of the major corridors, down to the waterfront is along Spadina. So there's a lot of traffic that way. And we think it's such a great place to host these kinds of murals. And I think we've included a link to the past, the previous, and maybe Elder Whabagoon, you can just share about how when you saw it, you were immediately drawn to it and how this project actually came to be a bit.
Sure. I have called Takaranto home for 44 years. And as noted in my bio, I've been with my husband now for 24 years. And the place that we met was at 666 Spadina. A really weird number, but nonetheless, we met at 666 Spadina and we lived there for a long time. And I always noticed that building there and always thought to myself, you know, one day I know that I just had that feeling. I knew I was going to have something to do with that building. I just didn't know what it was going to be. And so, you know, you just keep on living life and, you know, different things come forward. And then I accepted the, first of all, co-founded Nikabi Dawadina Gigwag, and I'm the elder for that youth mentorship program. And it's currently running now. And so I'm running from one place to another, trying to get into this meeting and that meeting. But I wanted to really express how this, you know, came around like through NDG, and then I accepted the leadership advisor position, the inaugural Indigenous leadership advisor to the dean. And I thought, there it is. There's my opportunity. I want to be the person that, you know, sets the inaugural Indigenous artist there. And I want to see Indigenous art there because it's been such a pathway for eons. And, you know, I could picture our people going down that Ishpadina, that pathway to the fort. And it was, so it was very, it's almost like the ancestors guided me there. And so here I sit with this fabulous team that has worked tirelessly through putting this project together. And, you know, they sit and they listen to the teachings. They open their meetings, they close their meetings in the way that we would. And it's just a way of reach and teaching, you know, that has been my gift here on this land. So I just want to say that I'm just thrilled that people are coming forward and putting forth their artwork. And I'm really excited to see who our Indigenous panel chooses. It's getting very exciting now. So I think about it all day. Big wedge.
Well, thank you, Mr. Whabagoon. Are there any other questions? It's clear as mud.
Okay, so when we open like we did, we want to come full circle and close this circle. And like I said, when I opened with our sacred nibi, I opened with our water bowl. And while I was singing the water song, and I had my eyes closed, I had this vision of all this smoke. And I told you I came from Laksua First Nation, and that's up in Sioux Lookout. And they're having quite a time there. They just had some firefighters from Mexico come in, and they're going to help fight the fire. And now we today are having warnings about the air. So this water and the cedar that's in here comes from Gitchigami, from Lake Superior, and the medicine stones from BC. So I sort of see it clearing this path of smoke. And I want to pray for everybody that's going through all this, all the two-leggeds that are going through this, and for the four-leggeds that are being displaced by this fire. We want to pray for them because they get taken from their homes and the plant communities that surround the trees. Take a moment out of your day and say a few words to them. So Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for being part of this event today, and and I want to say thank you very much to the team, to Needy and Aiden and Isha and Sydney and Michelle. Thank you very much. And let's continue to complete this journey. And so excited for the advisory team as well. They've got quite a job ahead of them. So in closing, I say miigwech, I say bamapi, and stay safe and stay well. Miigwech.
Omapi.